Let's take a look into the communication of our nervous system. When neurons communicate, they communicate in electrical and chemical language. An action potential is a brief change. An action potential is a brief change in electrical voltage that occurs between the inside and outside of an axon when a neuron is stimulated. Action potentials result from an influx of sodium ions followed by the efflux of potassium ions. It produces an electric impulse that travels down the axon into the axon terminal and stimulates the release of neurotransmitter. Neurotransmitter are the chemicals released by a transmitting neuron that alters the activity of a receiving neuron. There are various types of neurotransmitter. For example, serotonin, dopamine, acetylcholine. If we take a further look into how neurons communicate, we found that axon terminals release neurotransmitter from synaptic vesicle. A synapse is the site where a message is transmitted from one nerve cell to another. Neurotransmitter enter synapse. The neurotransmitter then bind to receptors that they fit. Remember, the axon terminals does not touch the receiving neuron at the synapse. Instead, it releases the neurotransmitter that carries the message across the synaptic cleft. Because a neuron's axon may have hundreds or even thousands of terminals, a single neuron may have synaptic connections with a great many others. Plasticity refers to the brain's ability to change and adapt in response to experience. By reorganizing or growing new neural connections, plasticity can also mean the brain can form new connections to aid recovery following injury. There is another important process throughout our development. Pruning refers to a loss of unused synaptic connections that result in a more efficient neural network.